All right, how's it going, everybody? I always forget to fix this front camera before I start. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? My name is Mark Harmon, and you are watching the Comic on Demand show. For those who don't know what this is the live drawing show where I will draw a 4-panel comic in about an hour, and it's going to look something like this. But as you can see, it is blank. That is because I am going to let you tell me what to draw. How does that sound? So I'm going to take your suggestions and you're going to tell me what to draw. You're going to tell me what this 4-panel comic is going to be all about, basically. Right? So that sounds cool, right? I forgot to mention, this is episode 40. That's a 4 and a 0. That's a lot. We are almost to my age. That's scary. All right. So this is how it's going to work. I do have a couple ground rules first. So if you're already thinking of something, you better make sure that it doesn't break my rules. Okay? Go. So the first rule is that I try to keep the show PG, and so I don't take any suggestions of anything raunchy or hot button or whatever, that kind of stuff. Second rule, I won't take any suggestions of anything that's already like copyrighted, like a brand name, like a character, like Superman, Batman, whatever. So I'm not going to draw any of those. I won't take any of those suggestions. So if you do suggest something like that, I'm just going to ignore it. How does that sound? Let's see. And I think that's it. I've only been doing this 40 times and I still don't have it like down. I'm not like, boy, I'm really good at doing this intro thing now. It's almost like it's my first time every single time, and it's kind of annoying. But anyway, so you're going to see a little screen pop up with a little dancing guy, and it's going to say, be right back, and that's when you're going to put in your suggestions. But you need to make sure that you can see the chat. So I don't know where your chat is. Anyway, it's probably somewhere down here, right? So make sure you can see the chat, because I'm going to put go in the chat, right? Okay, it's going to say Comic on Demand, go, and then that's when you put in your suggestions. I'm going to try to time it to where the go and the dancing guy pop up at the same time, but sometimes it probably doesn't always work like that. The go probably happens before or something. I don't know. But anyway, so go by the go, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's not waste any more time and let's get those suggestions. What do you want me to draw? Let's do it. All right, we have our first two suggestions. Our first suggestion is a plumber in tight jeans. Did you remember that part about it being PG, right? And the second suggestion is car crash. So we have a plumber in tight jeans and a car crash. I'm going to go to this screen. I'm going to put those suggestions right here so everybody knows what they are. And they're to help remind me, even though I forget every time. Plumber with tight jeans and car crash. Okay. Plumber in tight jeans and a car crash. I'll be honest, I'm not real stoked about drawing a car. Drawing vehicles is poopy. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Google for a second here. Your screen's gonna go blurry because for copyright stuff, I don't know what I can and can't show live. Because images on the internet are copyrighted or copywritten or copy whatever it's called. And so I don't know if I can show them. Because I don't have permission to show them. So I just doing a Google image search for car crash. Trying to decide what angle I want this thing at. Let's see. Yeah. Let's do that one. Move that. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that car crash right there. Off to the side. Okay. Okay, a plumber in tight jeans in a car crash. Okay. Okay, I had an idea. I have an idea. All right, you know what? Let's go for it. Okay. Make sure I'm on camera here, because a lot of the time I am not drawing on camera. Okay, I'm going to draw. That is going to be a big steering wheel. Kind of reminds me of my first car. My first car in high school was a 68 Buick Electra, in case anybody was curious. And you're probably wondering, wait, you drove a 68 Buick? And that's not because I'm old. It's because my dad liked to buy really old cars. I think he liked to buy cars that were in his generation or something. Or he just liked to buy really cheap cars. And at that time, cheap cars were 30 years old. So that is why, even though I started driving in the 90s, that is why I drove a 68 Buick. Yeah, man. It seems a little weird to be showing that much. Your chat wasn't working. You had the best idea. Oh. Yeah, save it for the mid suggestion. I'm sure everybody will let you have it. Unless it's one of those suggestions that just really demands 4 panels or something. Okay, just drawing a generic woman here. Generic woman driving a car. It's the back window. That's the side window. Okay, something about I love to drive. But I get distracted. Okay, well now that line's in my way. Too easy. Okay, so now I'm just drawing a side view here. Drawing side views is hard. Just putting that out there. Okay, hang on. I need to erase some of this. this is this is this is gonna be so dumb, you guys. Okay. So I love to drive, but I get distracted too easy, especially if I see a plumber in tight jeans. Okay. Let's see. So now she's gonna be seeing the plumber in tight jeans. But I'm trying to decide what angle to show this at. What angle can I show that shows that she sees a plumber in tight jeans and we see a plumber in tight jeans, and I'm not showing too much car. Okay. Honestly, with the first two suggestions in the first panel, I'm looking forward to see where this goes. I mean, it's going to be basically pretty straightforward. I don't. This one's not going to be like some super clever, like, wow, I can't believe you put those two things together like that. You know, it's not like a snowman in Arizona. You know what I mean? This is basically going to be a plumber in tight jeans causes a car crash. What? Sometimes it's just basic, okay? Oh, that's right. I was thinking of an angle too. Okay. All right. Okay. We are drawing a car without reference here, people. That's just asking for trouble. Okay. Her perspective over the steering wheel. You know, this dumb delay, where was that suggestion a minute ago? Well, anyway. Although maybe it might be funny to have her face sticking out of the car right here. And oogling. Give her big heart eyes. It's gonna be so dumb, dude. All right. Is the car in the garage? No, it's driving. This is like a. It's like a. It's like a hill, you know, so you can't see. You know what I'm saying? Wait. there. Now does that make sense? Okay. Okay. Uh, hmm. Dang it. Dang it. All right. Uh, the, because it's a plumber, right? You know what I have to show, right? That can still be PG, right? Plumber's crack is PG, right? Um, the things you people make me draw that I don't have to draw, but I do. See, the problem is not only do I am I drawing this, I then have to basically draw it again when I ink it. Like I have to ink over top of it. See, I need like a tool belt too. It's like a wrench. What's that? Is that a pipe wrench? Look like something like that. And of course, he has to be holding a plunger because, plumbers just walk down the street holding plungers. I don't know if y'all know that, but they do. Okay. Dude, this is so dumb. This is so stupid. All right. Okay. All right. Here's my reference. It's gonna come into play here. You know, I feel like I should make a third rule. Wait, this sounds familiar. Have I already said this before? Maybe I should make a third rule. No vehicles. So, PG, no copyright, no vehicles. And no perfectly round circles. Um, yeah, I'm improvising. uh, so no Lightning McQueen in a bar? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Okay, so she's saying, I love to drive, but I get distracted too easy, especially if I see a plumber in tight jeans. And then there's a plumber in tight jeans, and then she crashes. Worth it. I don't know, dude. Okay. Anyway, now's the time for the mid suggestion. So, it's the same as before, except it's now in the middle. And I'm only doing one instead of two. So, but the same rules apply as before. I think everybody, if this is your first episode, what are you doing starting at 40? That's all I'm gonna say. If you don't know how this works by now, what are you doing? So anyway, let's get that suggestion. Let's get that mid suggestion right now. All right, we have our mid suggestion. No, we have our mid suggestion of Godzilla, and that is a copyrighted thing. So no. Try again. I'm gonna start inking, and I want to see another mid suggestion because Godzilla is off limits. So on that. You're gonna have to give me another suggestion because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing Godzilla. A big lizard. Oh, see, that's better. So maybe this is a wild question, but has anybody ever been in a car crash? I've been in some minor car crashes, but nothing super crazy. I haven't like flipped or rolled over or anything like that. There was one time when my wife and I were just first started dating, like just right after high school, and um we went to the Sweetwater County Fair. Anyway, we got home late, and it was like 2 in the morning when I was finally driving home, and I was probably like an hour away from her house, so I dropped her off, and I'm sure we probably like made out or something. And then after that, I mean, if my kids are watching, no, we didn't. I dropped her off. We shook hands, and that was it. Nothing else happened. Anyway, so then I was on the way home, and I was so tired, but I was doing all the things that they tell you to do. I had the window rolled down, I had the windows down, I had the radio cranked up. I was trying to sing along to the radio like really loud. And then the next thing I know, all of a sudden there was a loud bang and I was skidding sideways and my hand was on the horn. And then I came to a stop and I was like, what in the world just happened? Apparently I had fallen asleep at the wheel, and I think I was still dreaming that I was driving. So, of course, I didn't know that I was asleep. So yeah, I wrecked the car. I was fine though. And I've hit multiple deer with a vehicle. I have hit and killed 2 deer in my lifetime with a vehicle. And one of those messed up the car pretty good. The other one, I just kind of clipped its legs, and so it didn't really do much to the car. Multiple. I almost died in one. I have been in some car crashes. Mostly other people were driving. I want to know, like, I want to know what the average is. Do you think, like, the average person has been in some kind of vehicle accident? Do you think, like, most people, like, if you were to take a survey, do you think most people have been in some kind of vehicle accident? I would imagine so. All of mine, someone else was driving, and a deer ran into my van while I was driving. It charged me. What? That's crazy. When I hit deer, it was Well, one of them, the first one was at night, and again, I was in one of those 30-year-old cars, and so I don't think the headlights were super great. And dude, I swear it just jumped out of nowhere. Like it was hiding like exactly in the spot that the headlights didn't reach or something. And it was, oh, like I said, it was at night, and this is still hard to talk and draw at the same time. But yeah, it just like jumped right out of the shadows. It landed once, and then boom, then I smashed it. I was doing like 65. And I hit this thing. I hit it hard, and it went flying out in front of me, and then hit the ground and rolled and rolled and rolled. This, not that. I have to like word this carefully because people go crazy sometimes. But it was kind of sad because it was like a big buck. Like it had this huge rack antlers on it. And for people who are like into that, it's especially sad if a deer with a big rack, that's the kind that people go out hunting for, right? So if one just gets hit and killed by a car, then that's more sad than anything else, I guess. But it was funny that, I kid you not, the next day, like I hit it at night, and that next morning, I think we were on our way to church or something because it was a Saturday night. Somebody had already cut the antlers off of that thing. So I hit that thing around midnight, and then at around like 9, 10 in the morning, something like that, on the way to church, when we passed by, someone had already sawed off that thing's antlers. So that was pretty funny. See, I want to know who did that, because I then I want them to I want to ask them about that deer. like whoa, dude, that deer, that's a nice rack. Where'd you get that one? And I want to hear the story that they tell people. Because there's no way a dude is going to sorry, I just looked over at the chat and I saw my brother's comment. I'm not going to repeat it on air, but you can see what he said. Anyway, I want to hear that, because no self-respecting dude is going to be like, dude, check out this rack that I found on the side of the road. Like, no one's going to say that, because that's not very manly, right? That's not very cool. You don't tell that to all your hunting buddies. Yeah, dude, I found this one on the side of the road. In town, early morning, the deer were on the side of the road. I slowed down. The deer walked away. Then at the last second, it turned around, charged the van, and hit its head, and then staggered off. Dude, that's pretty amazing. I mean, that sucks for your car. I'm sure it sucked for your car. But that's funny. Do y'all want to hear something kind of messed up? I know you do. Messed up stories are the best, right? So one time my dad was helping me take. I had a car that kind of like broke down up at their cabin, and I thought I was going to fix it, but I didn't. So then, like, my father-in-law was like, "Well, we'll take that car and I'll fix it, whatever." So my dad helped me load the car up onto this big truck and trailer thing and take it down into town because we were up in the mountains. So we load the car up onto this trailer. So we're in this big truck hauling a big trailer with a car on it. Well, these two little like baby deer, they go running out in front of the road. And my dad's like, it's like, I'm not slowing down for those. Because we're in a big old truck pulling a trailer, right? And we're just cruising along. So anyway, one of the deer kind of like runs out and we miss it with the truck, and it goes sort of like behind the truck and it gets hit by the trailer. So it like ran in between the back of the truck and the front of the trailer in that just little spot, and it just went, whew, this little baby deer. And it made the weirdest screeching, squeaky noise. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know baby deer made noises. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that they even made noises. But baby deer make noises when getting crushed by a trailer. I told you it was messed up. I told you it was a messed up story. I warned you. But you didn't listen. Animals. Man, living up in the mountains, we hit and killed so many animals with our vehicles. It's not just deer. Porcupines, skunks, sage chickens. I don't know, Gregor, if you remember one time we were going to school in the Buick, and there was like a line. There was like a line of sage chickens, like almost lined up. I remember it being maybe like 5 or 6 of them. They were like lined up in a perfect line in the middle of the road, dude. And we just just absolutely annihilated them. Sage chickens, dude, they don't move at all. They just sit there. And then, okay, I kid you not, dude. Every night there was always 2 rabbits on the side of the road, and one rabbit would then they'd just be sitting there, not moving. But as soon as you get like barely close enough, one of them would like take off in front of the car and kind of dart back and forth and dart back and forth and then run off or get hit. And you cannot tell me that those 2 rabbits were like egging each other on. Like, why else would there be two of them and only one of them goes running, and they go running right at the last second, and then they dart back and forth in front of the car and then move? Like, dude, you know that those rabbits were like having some kind of bet or dare. I'm convinced. Oh boy, drawing circles there. Scary. Oh, it's not too bad. Another circle. Ugh. Drawing circles that are scary. Okay, let's see. I hope I've been drawing on camera, right? Nobody said anything. I had a mama badger walk up to my door once when I stopped to let her babies cross. That is how they play Animal Red Rover. I'm telling you. What's a sage chicken? Google it. I don't... You know what? I don't know if that's their actual name or if that's one of those like Wyoming things. If that's just what we called them. I don't know if we just called them sage chickens and they're actually called something else. But they look like a chicken, but they're like gray. They're like gray with black speckles, but they look like a chicken. But they're kind of more, but they're a little bit skinnier and taller. Wait, I'm just seeing the last panel here. This an after school special about drunk driving? No, it's an after school special about don't rubberneck plumber crack. Because if you rubberneck, then you get bad things happen. Bad things happen when you rubberneck, kids. Whoops. Wrong button. Okay. Anyway. There it is, people. There is your Comic-Con demand of Plumber in tight jeans. See, look at his little butt crack. And then car crash with the... I was just gonna say with the mid suggestion of, and then I was like, wait, I didn't do it. I did not draw the mid suggestion. Well, too bad. Sorry. I'm not going back and doing it. Just imagine one in there somewhere. Anyway, that's it, people. We're all done. That's Comic on Demand. Episode 40 in the can. Episode 4. We're already at episode 40. That's crazy. I'll be honest. I didn't think I was going to do it this long. Look, I know myself, okay? I didn't think I was going to stick through it for that long. Anyway, thanks for showing up, everybody. You're awesome. And where's my button? Right there. You're awesome. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for coming.